with more power will generate heat. So not only would you need more power, you need a cooling system. So it was becoming not very profitable, because if you look at all what you would have to invest into setting up a mining rig, it was not looking very profitable. So a lot of other protocols started coming up, proof of stake and all of that. Then we now came to where we are now, which is the mobile mining. So a lot of companies now decided, okay, let us use the power or the capacity of the phone, because a lot of people have smartphones. So it's actually called cloud mining, because what you are doing using your phone is that you are connecting to a server. So once you connect to that server, that network uses your phone's capacity. So if I connect, you connect, we connect, all of us, our phones together now provide a very large mining capacity for you to be able to mine whatever currency it is. Yeah, so a lot of projects started using this, and I think that's what got us to where we are now. Mobile mining is now like the in thing. You find everybody on the street, tapping,
Tap.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, all right. So let's look at this issue of digital assets. Has it been able to gain acceptance in Nigeria in general?
You see, I will usually say that cryptocurrency is the future of money. It's not if you would use cryptocurrency, it's when you will use it. But if it's for you using it, it's a sure banker, right? Everybody would eventually use cryptocurrency, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. You see, the Telegram app is as powerful as WhatsApp and more powerful, and it's on everybody's phone. So when you see this mobile mining coming in through Telegram, mini apps and all of that, that's just one of the so many ways it's going to go mainstream. It's one of the so many ways. So for digital assets gaining relevance and going mainstream in Nigeria, I mean, that's a long answered question. We are already mainstream. That's the truth.
We're already mainstream. But then looking at the fact that digital assets is a complex term being used in Nigeria, while people try to understand the conceptualization behind it, from forex through to the blockchain technology, and looking at our educational system, do you think that we've started doing enough in the sensitization of digital assets, as it were?
Okay, so what I think concerning what if we are doing enough, I think the problem we have as a country is implementation. In 2017, I was at a stakeholders meeting for cryptocurrency at the CBN, and we discussed some of all these things. And one of the things I shared with them is how we will go mainstream and how it will be regulated, because you cannot regulate cryptocurrency as it were as a form of payment. You can only regulate it as a store of value. That means it's not in the CBN's place to do that, but in the SEC. Now, why am I saying we are having a problem with implementation? Is because if you look at there's so many documents that have come from SEC. A lot of documents have come. There's the document for digital assets from SEC. There's a document from Ministry of Information and Digital Economy or Digital Commerce, something like that. Then there's the CBN. There's a lot of documents backing the whole idea of cryptocurrency and the blockchain. So, but we have an implementation problem, because we have one document giving us all the rights we need, and another document, or rather the people that are supposed to enforce these things are coming. Okay, while I was trying to register my company and we put blockchain, not even cryptocurrency, blockchain as one of the in the memorandum of association, the CSE guys told me that order from above, that Oga say anything that has blockchain inside should not be registered. And I'm asking, so what happens to the document that has the signature of the president? Do you understand? So we have everybody coming from different corners with their own idea of what this thing is about. So if the government has laid down rules, which they have, then we just have a problem of implementing those rules. Everybody comes up every single day to come up with their own idea. So digital assets actually is mainstream. Is mainstream. It's just for us to get to that point where we can follow rule of law, follow the documents that have been presented by the Ministry of Information, follow the document that have been presented by SEC, and all these bodies. They are the ones in charge. They are the custodians of giving us the laws that would govern these things. Yeah, but here we are today. Every exchange is running out of Nigeria because we are trying to milk them instead of to regulate them. Because if you are going to regulate them, the United States charge as high as 40% on taxes made from cryptocurrency capital gains. Imagine what that would do to Nigerian economy if we were actually taxing these things legitimately. So these are the issues.
Well, what about the issues around emerging fraudsters from the sector? It is believed that the cryptocurrency and the digital assets is one channel that funds cannot be traced, and as such, most fraudulent activity go on within that sector. Could you please enlighten us on this?
Okay, Dr. Emefiele, the former CBN governor, do you really know why? Do you know why he actually decided, let's create another naira?
You mean the e-naira?
No, not the e-naira. Let's create another 500, another 1,000.
Denomination?
The pre-printed currency.
All right.
Where we reprinted different nairas. Now we have 200, 500, 1,000. Why did he do that? He was trying to bring back the money. You cannot have a country and 70% of the cash that is produced or that is circulating is not in the bank. It's in some people's houses. Right? So how do you think fraud has been going on before cryptocurrency came? Is it cryptocurrency? No. Bitcoin started gaining mainstream adoption in Nigeria sometime around 2016, 2017. Right? So before then, are you trying to tell me that there's been no fraudulent activities? Why did the government have to print 1,000 naira note, 500 naira note, 200 naira note? Because carrying 20 naira note in Ghana must go was becoming heavy. So if you want to steal 1 million, how many 20 nairas will you put in a Ghana must go? So printing higher denominations was for what? So anybody that tells you that cryptocurrency will be used, for fraud the person doesn't understand the transparency in the blockchain. He has no idea.
I think that's the general fear that most even regulatory bodies have when that's to do with regulating the sector. It is believed that a lot of fraudulent activity go on, especially within the dark web space, where a lot of the various dark
yes,
webs.
I know. Yeah.
So most transactions go on without kidnappings and other vices. People ask you to pay through digital assets, and there are no credible KYCs, that's the know your customer policies, that is actually linked to the Nigerian bank. Can this also be a factor why people are scared?
I think the fear is not just for a couple of bad eggs would use cryptocurrency, but you see here, that's one of the reasons why we are advising the government to adapt regulations that will bring in exchanges and mandate them to do KYCs. Let me give you an instance. A few days ago, in one of the groups I was in, they posted that a young man, his grandmother was kidnapped and they had to pay, and they requested for money in Ethereum, and the guy paid the Ethereum and was trying to track them. Eventually the woman was killed, which is a very sad story. But a little blockchain forensic I did, I traced that money went to Paxful. and the person was selling it in bits in Paxful. Now, Paxful is a centralized exchange, which means if the government or the court or the police goes to Paxful and tell us, give us the person with this wallet address with a court order, that person will be fished out. That's why we are talking about regulations. Regulations will make this thing not hula baloo. Regulations will make these things very transparent. The blockchain is the most transparent ledger you have in the world. The only difference is that your wallet address doesn't carry your physical name. But now that almost everybody has an account on Binance, everybody has an account on BitGet, everybody has an account on Bybit. And why is that? Because of Telegram. So because of all these Telegram app, a lot of people have accounts on all these centralized exchanges. And what they don't know is that before you open any account with a centralized exchange, you do KYC. So any wallet address you are giving to somebody that is connected to a centralized exchange is tied to you. So if you're talking about transparency, the blockchain has the best transparency we can find when it comes to finance. The problem now will be with the transparency in the blockchain. Would the government be really willing to go that way, knowing that the people that have things in their cupboards are those governments?
But statistics again have shown that there's some form of high rates of fraudulent activities within that sector, especially among them younger versions of Nigeria, young Nigerians in general. You see emerging millionaires all of a sudden, and they tell you that they're trading on various forex platform. You're already smiling. Lead us through this access.
Okay, you know, a lot of people now use, especially working boys. I believe you know what working boys are, boys that do Yahoo. You know, before now, they've been using PayPal, they've been using all forms of money. Now, this is just one form of money. The way they collect the money is not the crime. Or rather, the means of payment is not the crime. Because when there was no cryptocurrency, they were collecting this money with PayPal. They were collecting this money with MoneyGram. Okay, so somebody stays and tells a woman, you're standing in front of me in Maraba, and you're telling a woman in the US that you're about to pick a bus coming to Washington. And I was looking, like, Washington, what are we washing now? You know,
you're washing the tin.
Exactly. So, and he tells the woman, send me $200. And the woman sends him $200 with Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin the crime? No. The woman wanted her lover to come to Washington when the guy was in Cairo. If the guy had not used Bitcoin, he would have used PayPal. If he had not used PayPal, he could have used Western Union. If he had not used Western Union, he could have used MoneyGram. So you don't blame the tool. You don't blame the tool. How the money was sent is not the issue. On TikTok, to some few weeks, we had kidnappers with guns sampling bundles of naira that they made from kidnapping. So we will say we should stop using naira. That no, kidnappers are now collecting too many naira. Let's ban naira. We won't do that. So the problem is not in the mode of payment. That's so. But the issue is back to what we are talking about. A lot of people, especially those that are Yahoo boys, because they collect their money in crypto, if you ask them, they'll tell you they're traders. And these are the people that are staining this our white. You understand? They are the ones that are staining our white. So anybody that says he's a crypto trader now, they'll just assume, say, this one a Yahoo boy. But there are still people that actually trade crypto.
Silas, there is a trend where people open websites and applications, get Nigerians to invest their money. The first 100 people get paid, and thereafter
the rest don't get paid.
You can't even log into the site. They keep showing you 406, error 406. So this has become like a trend, even for people that wants to go into the digital space and digital assets environment. Looking at all of this, doesn't this show that in one way or the other, these platforms are being more crime related than even the individuals that are crime oriented?
You know,